morning. Welcome to 25 News Today. I'm Jessica Cook. In for Gina Morse.
The big story tonight, the heat and humidity. If you thought it was hot out there today, brace yourselves. President Obama may have given his last news conference during his presidency. It felt just a little bit better out there today than yesterday.
A wild scene has been caught on camera in downtown Orlando when a suspect broke free.
Shortly before 11:30 that Peoria police were dispatched here. Take a look behind me. You can see several squad cars are still on scene. Cassie, we have some new developments in this breaking story. Right now we're in the 2100 block of Malone Street. In November, the company announced it could consolidate the facility, which would impact 230 workers. To the afternoon of April 21st, a patrol officer claims he saw a 21-year-old man. With concern on the rise for lead in drinking water, more residents are dropping off samples at the lab. I'm Jessica Cook. I'm in Muncie, Indiana, to give you an exclusive look into Caterpillar's rail business. The story coming up tonight. This party kicked off last night and continues through tomorrow, but this Ferris wheel and all the other games. Not only are these two projects filling up about 50 acres of Havana's industrial park, all is calm here now in the 700 block of East Republic Street, but there was very heavy police presence here earlier this afternoon. Gary and Gina, we now know the name of a Peoria man who allegedly brought a gun into this transitional school yesterday. Many people wondering if they'll be able to use their driver's license to get through security.
There's sunscreen in here?
Yeah, there's a little sunscreen.
Yeah.
Can't burn.
No. Ugh. Okay,
Not many of us can probably say we'll ever get to do in our lifetime. Talk to us about holding that gold medal. I'm going to dive into this during the break. See? All of a sudden, the voice came back to life there a little bit. And it feels really sticky in here, too, right now.
Yeah. You know, I'm your
You
biggest
just,
fan.
You can feel it.
News 25's Jessica Cook suiting up with the team to bring us this exclusive look at their training.
Swimming, treading water, and countless dives. That's what the Peoria Fire Dive Rescue Team did at their annual 3-day public safety course on diving. According to firefighters, the team gets called to a rescue situation 6 to 10 times a year. But from their training, that may be hard to tell.
The least amount of calls you go on is probably the calls that you really should train the most on. And that's kind of what we've kind of embraced this. If there is a problem, in a shallow end, you just stand up. In the deeper end, of course, you still got those problems, but you can get people to them, you can see what you're doing, and if there is a problem, you can come to the surface and people will know what's going on.
I wanted to see just how hard this training was, so I decided to suit up and give it a shot. Admittedly, I'd never been diving before, but as soon as I put on the mask, I was immediately overwhelmed by a feeling of claustrophobia, something Troglio says is actually quite common.
There's plenty of air here and there's nothing to fear. We're in a pool, okay?
Yeah. With his guidance, I overcame my fears and was soon diving on my own, and it gave me more appreciation for what the dive team does. I didn't come close to the amount of training that they did each day. And while I could see the whole time, that wasn't the case for these divers.
It's about a confidence building skill, and this is one of the things we do in the pool.
Each member had to wear a black mask, effectively blinding them. Troglio says it's a reflection of what visibility in the river is really like.
This search is going to be just by feel. So we're looking for a cell phone, and hopefully we'll find it.
Without being able to see, divers have to rely on other senses. That was key when searching for objects or overcoming obstacles that might arise in real situations.
We wouldn't enter a structure like that, but we want to tell the student that they can take their pack off, they could be comfortable in an environment, and then push their pack through this tube, and on the back side of it, put their pack back on. Because there might be a scenario in the river that you might have to take your pack off.
And what if a firefighter falls into the water wearing more than 40 pounds of gear? The team got to experience that too.
Well, those are just lessons to tell our students and for them to learn and say, hey, if this happens to me, let's not panic. I know I got some time here. I don't have a life jacket on, but I got my fire gear on.
Now they know that's exactly what training is for. Reporting in Peoria, I'm Jessica Cook. This 23-page lawsuit is where it's all broken down, listing specific dates trade secrets were exchanged between Miller UK Limited and Caterpillar. Now this lawsuit, filed by the England-based company 5 years ago, is complete, and Cat owes tens of millions of dollars. The jury found Cat used trade secrets to produce its own couplers rather than buying them from the British firm. This picture is the coupler in question. It's called the Bug coupler. This is an original design. Miller designed it around 1998, and according to the suit, it's the world's first fully automatic universal quick coupler. A Caterpillar spokesperson issued a statement saying, "We are disappointed by the jury's verdict. At this point, we are considering our next steps in this litigation." The trial lasted 8 weeks, and Miller UK Limited was awarded about $74 million in damages. Back to you. The 1100 block of Hamilton was full of firefighters and emergency personnel Thursday morning after a fire broke out just before 9. When crews arrived on scene, they found a woman and her dog were already safe, all thanks to a neighbor who happened to be sitting at his table drinking coffee.
I saw smoke rolling around across the parking lot. Thought it was unusual. I thought my truck was on fire, actually. So I ran outside and I saw the flames across the parking lot. So I ran across. I went to her back door. I got her out.
Firefighters say the blaze started in the front of the house on the enclosed porch.
Number one, I was going to get over here and get her out. But I heard the sirens when I got over to the house here, so somebody had called.
Fire equipment and debris scattered across the lawn, along with water bottles. The heat getting to one firefighter, who was taken to the hospital and has since been released. Relatives of the rescued woman didn't want to go on camera, but tell us she's 80 years old and has lived in the house for 45 years. As for Buell, he's only been at his place for 10 months, but says he's met the woman before.
That's the way I was raised. You help somebody when you can.
Now, ironically, Buell says that he's actually offered to help mow this woman's lawn before, but she's always said no. Today, he offered her a second chance, and those actions, of course, proving that a helping hand can go a long way. We're live in Pekin. Jessica Cook for News 25.